Can you tell us a little bit about that decision, that discussion with your dad that you want to get into the print industry? Because not many girls choose printing as a profession and something around that.
So I didn't want to get into print.
You didn't want to?
No. I wanted to.
You seem to be like a pro. Just before we started this, the way you were talking to your staff, I was like, oh, this. Like as good as anyone else. I mean, you were like superb.
I've grown to enjoy it. It wasn't my decision to first start. I wanted to do, so after I did Applied Art, I wanted to work in advertising, which was not my cup of tea. After I worked in Neo Burnett, and then I decided,
you were in advertising.
Yeah. Very short time.
That was because of the design background, or because of you were training yourself to come here?
No, design background. I didn't want to come here.
Okay.
The doors were always open for me, I know, but I was like, no, thank you. So then I worked in the advertising, and then I didn't enjoy it. And at the same time, in Jack Printers, they started the studio. So that was a tempting area to be in.
Tell us a little bit about the studio for our viewers.
So basically, I don't know which year we started it in, but first the machines and the setup and all was here only, but the studio area was, according to them, very important, which even I believe now, because what you do with your file is what is going to come out in print.
Correct.
The machine doesn't do some crazy magic.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of pre and there's a lot of post, and only then the whole thing comes through.
Right.
So the studio we have around, we have all our Macs and everything. We have a digital print, we have a CTP, we have all of that.
Okay.
So imposition machines, and also everything that's happening before the job is happening over there.
Okay.
So that's the
Sorry,
part.
I cut you about your journey and I got into studio.
So basically, So I decided I wanted to come here and only be part of the studio and do designing.
Okay.
And I was lured into, yes, you can design. So I came here, then I started designing. Then I started getting interested in producing something. Because after the design phase was over, practically what looks on the computer, you never get. Okay, it's not going to look exact. Then all the paper engineering and all of that you need to do,
right?
Which was like very interesting.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, maybe I'll spend little time in the studio and little time in production, because you're making things, right? You're making things and all. So then I think little I stopped doing the design part and got very into creating and production. So then I was working in production for a while, and then there was a discussion about, why don't you take up marketing and selling? Which was a no. I don't want to do that. I just want to go. Then I was like, no, let me go back to designing. But then I was like, okay, no, maybe if I meet more people and I'm able to connect to them and understand that, okay, this is the kind of job they want, and then I can create it for them.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, maybe I should meet a few people, and then I'll be able to create more stuff. Yeah. And then because I had a design background, I was very interested in seeing what people are coming up with and adding to that.
Right.
That you can make it better like this, or you can print it like this, or you can create it like this. So those kind of things. So then and then I started taking care of everything. Then I think it just fell into my lap, and then I just took, and then it's done.
And you never stopped.
And then now I don't know. And now I don't want to do designing.
So it's been how many years now?
So I joined here in 2010.
2010. So it's almost getting to be 13 years.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
I mean, what would be the reason that others, I'm sure there are so many print owners and even other business in the print industry where many of the owners have their children as daughters. Why would they not be coming? Have you ever had a conversation with anyone? Or anyone asking you, how did you get in, and I want my daughter to come into the business? Any conversation around that ever?
Not really, but I think the kind of confidence and the freedom that my father and his brother, who are partners here, gave me, I just felt very encouraged, and then I've never felt that I don't want to do it. Once I came in here, there's never been a day I felt I didn't want to do it. It was just getting me here, getting my thoughts on, okay, I want to do advertising, or I want to become a doctor or whatever. Once I've entered here, that's it.
Yeah.
Don't want to go anywhere else.
Interesting. I mean, lovely journey to share. I mean, I'm sure not many of our viewers would be knowing that you also own the Pasi Dairy Farm, and you had an option of going there as well. No. So you...
No. I did have an option, but that's never an option I wanted.
So you chose printing industry over everything else that was available on the table.
Yes, absolutely. Because print is going to last forever.
Yeah.
Eat the mithai, it's over. It's gone, right? So there's
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
That's it.
So how is your views about the print industry? How do you see the print industry moving ahead from your eyes, from Jack Printer's perspective?
So people feel they have a myth that print is going to die,
Hmm.
but I don't think print is going to die. It'll never die. It will complement the other things that are coming through. Like there's so much digital, there's so much, you see all these new things coming in. But I think print will always complement it. It's now not the only mode of communication,
Yeah.
but it's one of the modes. And I feel with it, it's now not becoming like a normal commodity. I
Yeah.
feel it's becoming more and more premium.
Yeah. yeah.
The quantities have come down.
It's
I
a very
understand.
interesting thing you said, that
Yeah.
print is becoming more and more premium.
It is.
Actually, that's lovely.
It is. Because see, now I have people coming saying, I want to make this kind of card and it needs to be like this and that, and all this, everything you can think of and even more than before.
Yeah.
But I only want to give it to 100 guests who are special. The remaining I'll just send on the phone. So now, I get that a lot. So now it's like if you're going to receive something, you need to know that it's of value.
Yeah.
So I think that it's become more premium, and that's how we need to. It will never die, because you'll never be able to feel or smell or touch anything happening on your phone.
Yeah, like we had another guest and he mentioned that he loves reading the newspaper while he touches it. So I mean that's the beauty of touching things, and you will never
Yeah.
get that same
You'll never
feel
get it.
when you see the digital or
Yes.
the digital copy.
The one thing.